Hey, welcome back. This is Still Whiskey, and I'm Vince.
I'm Rich.
I'm Devin.
And this week we're getting into the little book.
The Infinite.
The Infinite.
Let's see how it is.
Little book, The Infinite.
All right. Yeah. This is going to be exciting.
Straight out of the Jim Beam
The box is epic.
legacy. It's super cool.
If you've seen any of the Booker's boxes, they've got the plexiglass in front, but just
So
keeping it
cool.
open.
It's so cool.
I mean, the bottle just looks epic. Like the labeling that they've got, it's just
It's sexy.
Yeah.
It's a sexy bottle.
Yeah,
coin
the
looking
little
thing
book
with
on
the
the
It's
pin.
called the Infinite, and they've made the infinity symbol with barrel heads. Like it's
Somebody spent some time
Yeah.
on this, and
Which-
I wish that more limited stuff would
Spend the time.
spend the time.
Spend the
Yeah.
time. I don't
'Cause-
think that's unfair.
Yeah.
Can I crack this open?
Yeah, and even with this one, I will say, so we did celebrate Rich and Vince's 40th birthdays this around the
Recently.
time that this is coming out.
Right.
And so this was one of the gifts that I found for Rich. Basically, I had 4 bottles that they could choose from. It was between the Little Book Infinite, Weller CYPB, Old Fitz 10-year, and the Mixer's 10-year.
That's right.
And rye. And yeah, Rich chose this one for his birthday gift. And so now we're going to review it.
I'm gonna put this
quite
little tag on yours.
What are you doing? Just on my glass? Because that's not annoying. But even, like, look at the little dial.
Yeah, no,
it's cool.
It's very cool.
And most of the little books have that little thing on there, but just when they blacked it out, like the all blacked out, just looks so good.
Yep.
It's very cool.
You're gonna trust me
Very
on this?
cool. Yeah, I'm going to trust you on this.
So this bottle is a collaboration, blending, a mixing from the 3 last generations of the master distillers. So it's a grandfather, father, and son.
That's
cool.
right.
They each came with a recipe, blended it together. This is the Infinite.
Interesting.
So you had
Yeah,
something
it's-
similar from Wild Turkey Generations.
Yeah.
This is basically that.
Same idea.
Ooh, that smells really
Again,
good, guys.
Very cool presentation. Here's the
Is
idea,
this
though.
still on me?
Before we go too far, I actually do like Booker's though.
Yeah.
Like Booker's, $100 bucks a bottle.
Yeah.
Again, cool. It comes in the
Yeah.
wooden box, whatever. Little nutty, obviously, with the Jim Beam profile, but good. This is my first
Yeah.
ever little book.
And the little books are usually
Ever?
a little bit more than the Bookers.
Yep.
So I think they're a little more smaller batch, like upgraded version, I think.
Ooh,
But this one does come in a little higher price tag because of the blending, the very extra limited version of it.
So-
This one's $200 MSRP.
So you hear this note a lot when it comes to bourbon. You hear the graham cracker a lot.
Sure.
It's a lot of graham cracker on the nose. I don't know if you.
A little vanilla, a little nutty.
Like, that's
but
like
again,
a-
that's typical.
To me, this is like opening up a pack of graham crackers, and you smell it.
Sticking your head in the box. Yeah, I think this is gonna be good.
I think so too.
I think that the little book has been harder to get here.
Yeah,
Right? It's been really hard to get. Like, you can walk in and get a Booker's from time to time without really trying too hard.
Yep.
But getting a little book's been pretty
Yeah.
tough to do. This one comes in at $200
Yeah.
per
I'm
bottle.
pretty sure like Utah, our next allocation drop, these are dropping.
Are they
Oh,
in
really?
the, they're in, you think they're in the drop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably get
Okay.
four of them.
Same one? Same one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really cool
Not
though.
an
Like,
infinite amount. That's for
again,
sure.
I agree with what you said. Like, whenever they do the little extra touches, I
Yeah.
think it's cool.
Yep.
I think it's really cool. And not enough people do
All
that.
right.
I think I got some
Take your time.
something on me.
I'm trying.
Okay. Take it easy.
Did you open up the little book?
We did. Yes. Well, you did. Right.
Yes, you didn't.
This is really good. This is
Welcome to the Infinite. Through this series, I'll share a new side of Little Book.
It's story time.
That's fun.
Story time with Devin.
119.3.
And this is release number 1, so that leads me to believe that they're gonna have multiple releases. Usually.
This is very good.
That sounds right, Devin.
This comes in at 100. What did I just say? 119.3,
119.3.
and it is nice and warm, but not like, oh my gosh, it's hot. At all. And I think it's got that bean profile, that like nuttiness.
Right.
But I also think there's like a waves of vanilla come in this.
Let's give it a shot. Huh?
Like you haven't tried it yet? No. So you should try it. So waves of vanilla in this, like a creme brulee, or maybe a vanilla wafer type idea. I think it's really good.
Yeah, that is good.
I like the heat on it too.
You know, 119 is I like a 114 to a 120-ish. Like I like that.
It's quite dry.
It's a very good proof point.
I think it's also smoother than the Booker's. I think
That one, it hits me further down, like the heat, like how it just like does the nice Kentucky hug.
Kentucky hug. Wow, that sounded interesting.
About what the word sounds like, the phrase sounds like.
Yeah,
But
I would like to never hear that again. To be honest,
It's got that like we've talked about, like a long finish, partially because of the proof,
definitely hangs with you.
right? Mm-hmm. Right, and then
Yeah.
like there's like a coffee
Yeah.
on the mid palate, I think.
Yeah, that's good. It's it just kind of keeps going, like
a little bit bitter.
yeah, nothing
A
kind of
little
sticks
bit
out. And do you think that's like more the dark, like there's a fruitiness to it, but it's almost like a bitter fruit.
Very, very dark fruit.
Or is it like a coffee thing?
There's a little bit of that too. I'll tell you this: it sends me straight to campfire making s'mores, like the graham cracker.
Do you know what? Do you know where this takes me? You know that's really interesting. Is so the kids have been put to bed. It's Christmas time, and we're sitting out in the patio, and I'm just gonna sit with my wife and have a really
warm
nice
hug?
pour. And a warm hug too, but a really nice pour
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
patio
yeah.
with the fire pit going. Did you just spill
happened?
your whiskey?
have a hole in your lip
No, I
or
was
what?
trying to do this. And I kind of went too far.
You got a little too excited. But I think this is a really good whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Are
I
you
like
guys
this
getting
one.
the vanilla, and
Yeah.
then more vanilla?
So I think it's interesting, like with the with the cast strengths, with some of the the higher proof ones, you'll get the complex, just punchy notes, where this one just has a combination and an overall just.
It's good, a good viscosity, a good
Yeah.
creaminess.
It's an overall great experience,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Like there's no like punchiness to it,
Right.
I'm feeling this flavor, I'm feeling
There's
this.
also no bite to it, whereas
Yeah.
some of the Bookers do have that.
Yeah.
Some of the Bookers are like, ooh, that's a little sharp.
It's not overwhelming at all, but it is very good. Like, does that make sense? Like, it's not underwhelming. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But it's not like, oh wow.
I'm trying to help explain the difference between Bookers, which I've had many of, and this being my first little book. It's almost like they've rounded off all the edges of the Bookers and then pronounced some of the best flavors. They've accentuated some of the best flavors in this that you might be able to dig out of a normal Bookers, but in this they're way
And I think
better.
that's what they were trying to go for with the blend, right? They were taking the three blends that they wanted, that they felt like was the epitome of them, and bring them together.
It's
Give
really good.
some grades.
Let's give it some grades.
So for me, experience-wise, I'm probably,
So good, like a creme brulee.
I'm thinking like, I want to say A-, but it's probably an A. Like I'm just trying, like I'm
Okay.
trying to find
Okay.
where that is. I'll go A. I'll just go an easy A. Makes it easier for editing.
I'm sorry for your editing thing. I'm gonna go A-.
That's fine.
I really like it. I'm gonna go A-.
So I was gonna go A- because typically I lean more towards the bourbons that have more of the dark fruit, right? Fruit forward, stone fruit type bourbons.
Yeah.
But this is done so well for what it is that I think this is an ale day. I really do.
All right.
What about on price? 200 MSRP. If you can get it.
Yeah, and the secondary hasn't gone too much higher than that. It's been staying right around there. I think for me, it's probably like a C+. Like it's definitely a one-time. Like if this is gonna be a series, I'll be looking for this each series.
I would too.
Yeah.
And it's almost, because of the experience, it's almost right there at B where it feels like a fair deal, like for the price. Like, you know, we've tried some other whiskeys that are
Golly,
200. So I'm gonna go C+.
The reality is that $200 for a limited release,
Yeah.
good bottle
Yeah.
is so common right now.
True.
And this is definitely in front of that.
Of a lot of them.
Of a lot of them.
A lot of them.
A
yeah.
lot of them. And so for that, I think I'm gonna go C+.
Ooh. Yeah, I'd probably agree. I will tell you guys though that the more I drink this, the more I'm like, oh my gosh, this is good. Oh my gosh, this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna let this
The
sit in my
more
glass
I
for
drink it,
a little
the
bit.
more I'm
Yeah.
impressed with it. Which isn't always the case, because normally you're like, oh yeah, it is what I thought, it is what I tasted, it is what I. But the more I drink this, the more I'm like, oh, this is just getting bigger and bigger, and so I think this is a fantastic whiskey. I agree with you.
Yep.
So you at C+.
On value?
On
Value.
Sorry, on value. Yes, I would buy this one time because it's $200. But to your point, I would look for the next one.
Yeah.
And again, super cool presentation. I'm a sucker for really cool, like this little guy, the box, the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
The engraving on the top
All
of
of
the
it.
box.
They
like,
just
yeah,
do well.
They did a
Yeah,
good job.
they made this limited edition look really good. Like the black, like I love blacked out stuff, and like this just
Right.
it feels like
Take
classy.
note, other
Distilleries. Get
yes,
it together.
Take
Yeah.
note.
You want-
These,
you
this
want
is
to
how you
command-
should do it.
$200 for a bottle. Pay an extra $2
Add a
for
box.
some.
Add a box.
Right?
Add a box. Throw
Add
a
a
cool,
tube. I don't know.
A cool. I mean,
Add a tube.
yeah. You don't have to do this, but something like it. This is
Yeah.
cool.
Even Knob Creek added a little pin, right?
That's right. The
stuff
pin.
like that. Come on.
Exactly.
Get it
Exactly.
together, people.
Anyways.
Still whiskey.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Why? Because we like whiskey, you like whiskey, and you don't want to miss out. We'll see you next time.
We love you.
Cheers.
So yeah.
me.